Hello and welcome to Solent Sports News. I'm Dan Williamson and these are your 3 p.m. headlines. The Formula 1 2023 season kicks off this weekend at Bahrain. Ahead of the first race of the season, Formula 1 have announced that the much anticipated removal of the final chicane in Catalonia has been granted for this year and the circuit will revert to the old layout. Many fans and teams have been thrilled with the news and have taken to Twitter to express their excitement. Not only is Barcelona implementing a new track, but also Premier League club Tottenham Hotspur. The North London club have announced a 15-year partnership with the Formula 1 that will bring a brand new motorsport experience to the capital. The world's first in-stadium karting complex and London's longest indoor electric go-kart track is set to open in autumn 2023 and will include a brand new driver academy which will emphasise promoting drivers from an urban background in a bid to diversify the sport. F1 President Stefano Domenicali said, "As we continue to grow our sport, partnering with world-renowned brands like Tottenham Hotspur allows us to expand Formula 1 and motorsport to new and more diverse audiences." Are you ready to make a splash? Southampton's Water Sports Activity Centre is the perfect place to do so. The on-tap sports media team went to have a little look for themselves.
From Southampton Water Activity Centre and I'm the lead instructor.
So Abby, just tell us a bit about what you guys get up to here.
So we get up to all sorts. We teach dinghy sailing, powerboat driving, keelboat sailing, windsurfing and paddle sports.
And what sort of age groups do you guys work with?
We start with 8-year-olds upwards and we work alongside disabilities and all sorts again.
And how would anyone watching be able to get involved with something like this?
So we have a fantastic sales team. All you need to do is look us up online. You can find our social media and talk to the lovely ladies on the sales floor.
And a coat. We're here at Southampton Water Activity Centre. Hopefully going to speak to some of the guys that work here and get to know what they get and what sorts of people get up to down here at the activity centre. I bet you didn't know these amazing facilities were just around the corner in Southampton. A great place for families, for friends to come down and get on the water. Obviously probably not in this weather, but you know, during the summer, this seems like a great activity for everyone to enjoy. You can just see behind me the sort of things that these guys have at their access.
Tonight, 4 fifth-round matches take place in the FA Cup, including Bristol City vs Premier League champions Manchester City. This will be a repeat of the Carabao Cup semi-final in 2018, where the Manchester club won 5-3 over 2 legs. Pep Guardiola gave his thoughts on playing away at the Championship club.
And is going to play tomorrow. For my experience in this country in the last 6 years, when you go away in FA Cup and Championship team, always is tough. At home will be a little bit different. Away, always is tough in FA Cup. So that's why we are going to fly tomorrow there to do a good game to go through, because it's a nice competition and yeah, what do we have to do? But we play a lot of games. So we played 2 days ago. I didn't have time to.
The FIFA Player of the Year awards were granted last night. PSG forward Lionel Messi came out on top once again to win the Best Player of 2022. He received 52 votes by the representatives of FIFA, beating teammate Kylian Mbappe with 44 votes and Real Madrid forward Karim Benzema with 34 votes. Also, the Puskas Award from last year was awarded. Polish amputee footballer Marcin Alexi was handed the award after he performed an outrageous overhead kick for Water Poznan in November. He saw off competition from Richarlison and Dimitri Payet. Ripple are a suicide prevention charity that was founded 2 years ago by Alice Hendy. The coordinator of the charity football matches, Harrison Reed, has recently set up a number of games to spread awareness. Solent Sports News reporter Jamie Hale travelled to their most recent game to speak to Harrison.
But the main thing is raising awareness of suicide prevention, suicide awareness, letting people know that it's okay not to be okay.
That was Harrison Reid, who says brotherhood is key to preventing suicide for men across the UK. Speaking with friends, family, or even your colleagues from work can greatly reduce the chance of suicide.
It's a bit of a band of brothers type thing where everybody's just mates straight away. There's no animosity, it's all just good vibes, happiness, people talking. I really wanted to be a part of it and make a difference somehow, and I was kind of finding my way and kind of making an impact within charity and within mental health. And one of the things on my bucket list was to organise a charity football match. And that went so well, we raised over £3,000 in one afternoon, and all the lads really wanted to keep it going. So yeah, that's where Ripple FC got started. Yeah, so I made a documentary about suicide prevention a couple of years ago, and one of the interviewees was Alice Hendy, who set up Ripple. And yeah, football it's a real big tool for kind of driving change and driving awareness, and yeah, I'm so proud to be a part of Ripple FC.
Ripple started 2 years ago as they expanded their horizon to charity football games 6 months ago. They have already accomplished so much and gathered around 50 players who have featured and joined the ever-growing family.
So Ripple started through Alice Hendy. Unfortunately, during lockdown, Alice's brother Josh, who was a good friend to us, he took his own life. It's just raising money for charity, and it's such a good charity, close to heart. I was really good friends with Josh as well, and to this day it still upsets me that he took his own life. And I think men do struggle with mental health and they don't talk, but we've got a good bunch of lads here, and they'll talk, and it's just really good.
90 minutes of football is 90 minutes away from some of the demons that we may have in our day-to-day life.
One person dies every 90 minutes, a number Ripple are working hard to reduce.
In tennis, US Open champion Carlos Alcaraz will make his Queen's Club debut at the Cinch Championships in June. The Spaniard was due to play at Queen's in 2022 but had to withdraw with an elbow injury. The Queen's Club competition will run from the 19th to the 25th of June. Now to horse racing. 11-time major winning trainer Andrew Boulding and his team are optimistic of the season ahead, and for one horse in particular. Solent Sports News reporter Archie Starkey went to Park House Stables to check it out.
We visited Park House Stables in the King's Clear Downs, where it was evident that 11-time major winner trainer Andrew Boulding was optimistic for one horse.
The obvious one is Chaldine, who was one of the top 2-year-olds of last year, who straight after he won the Dewhurst got a Guineas quote, and that's always been the objective with him. So it's the first Saturday in May. We'll be looking forward to him in the Guineas.
Stable staff shared equal excitement at the 3-year-old's Colts prospects ahead of the first classic of the season in May.
We've got a group of really nice horses this year, particularly our 3-year-olds are really strong this year. Chaldine, obviously, he'll be going for the Guineas. I'd expect he'd go straight there, but who knows?
It's hard not to be excited by Chaldine, with him running in the Guineas in May. So obviously after his first run last year, he went unbeaten in the next 3. So yes, looking forward to him, and hopefully he can bring back the first classic of the season. Would be nice.
Chaldine has a stark resemblance to one of Boulding's most successful horses, Kamiko, who is now retired to stud. Boulding reminiscent of Kamiko's Guineas win.
To have him as a potential Guineas horse, it was during COVID, so actually there were no trials prior to the Guineas. It was I think 5 days into racing restarting, and they hosted the Guineas a month late. It was the 1st of June, and he was hugely impressive, won a high-class Guineas.
Yard manager Sam Geek spoke of his Group 1 hopes for King's Lynn, a horse owned previously by Queen Elizabeth and now His Majesty the King.
We've got a lovely bunch of proper top flight horses as well. So we've got King's Lynn here. He's a top level Group 1 sprinter. You'll be seeing him at Royal Ascot. You'll be seeing him at Haydocks, the sprints. He's a top level horse.
Geek also gave us a sneak peek of his lesser known fancies for the season ahead.
My dark horse for this year would probably be, and he's won once already for us this year, and that would be Cello, who's a homebred, bred by Emma Boulding, who owns the stud here, Andrew's mother, and he's runs for our racing club. He's a cracking horse. I think he's one that improve from strength to strength this year. So one to keep an eye on, I think.
In the world of cricket, New Zealand just beat England by 1 run in Wellington last night, making it the second 1-run win in the history of Test cricket. Ben Stokes gave his thoughts after the thrilling encounter.
I just think at the end of the day, you know, if you can't look back at that Test match, even in our dressing room, being on the losing side, and just, you know, be quite thankful that you've been involved in a game like that, because Test matches like that don't happen that often and don't come around that often either. So, yeah, I think just even looking at, you know, watching Jimmy and Leachy walk off there, I think they appreciated that in the moment as well. It's not too often you see Jimmy Anderson smiling on the cricket pitch anyway, but, you know, being the man getting out with 2 to win, and you just see him just with, I don't know, the fact that he was out there and just enjoyed the whole thing, and even though we're on the losing side of it, just a great game to be a part of.
Thank you for watching. Follow us on Twitter for more updates. We'll be back next week.